I mean, it's not really up to me to dictate how much cauliflower you want in your mouth at any one time. It's really a judgment call you need to make yourself. So we're going to add, this is 500 ml of stock. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Alright peeps, how you doing? Let's make a cheeky veggie korma. Now, you can bung some meat in this if you want, bit of chicken, bit of lamb, it's completely up to you. But what I would say is this is a very good way of boshing a load of veg into your face without really realising you're doing it. There's a lot here, but don't get worried, it's all quite simple stuff, right? So we've got garlic and ginger that I've chopped up and I'm about to bang into a paste. You can buy a ginger garlic paste in a jar. If you want to use that, use that. Now I've got a bowl of like aromatics sort of stuff. In here I've got one large red onion, thinly sliced. There's a green pepper, cut into chunks. I think it was 2 decent sized standard sort of salad tomatoes, cut into quarters. Well no, each half was cut into quarters, so 8ths. There's also a couple of finger chilies in there. Indian style finger chilies. Now, traditionally, well, to begin with, none of this is traditional, so no one drag me over the coals. I don't know what parts of this are traditional, what's not. I just like it, it tastes good. As I understand it, most of the time kormas, they're quite sweet, and this is going to be quite sweet, but they're also quite mild. But I like a bit of a kick, so I've put some chilies in there. So soon. There's also a load of veggies. So I've got a bowl of I've got the fresh bowl and the root bowl, the root veg. A bowl of root veg and a bowl of not root veg. I've got carrots and potatoes. You can quite easily chuck swede in here, turnip, parsnip. I'd imagine sweet potato would work quite well. Decent little chunks as well, mouthful sort of size bits. Same with the carrots. These we are going to parboil beforehand because we're not going to cook the ever-loving crap out of this. So we want to cook these through a little bit first in a bowl in some water. We're not cooking them down to a pulp. We're not making soup or mash or whatever. We just want to half cook them, parboil them. Also got the above ground sort of stuff. There's frozen peas in here that aren't particularly frozen anymore, but there's peas, some runner beans or some fine beans, and cauliflower. Love cauliflower in a curry. I don't know why. I think it just absorbs all the flavours up and it's just great. Cut that into medium to small sort of size florets. Whatever you feel comfortable with, cauliflower size, make it that big. This stuff is going to go in a bit later, so don't worry about that. Now, once that's come up to a boil, I'm going to chuck in my potatoes and my carrots for a little bit. While that's doing that, I'm going to preheat this pan because we're going to toast off quite low. Toast some spices, but we'll get to the spices in a minute. First of all, we're going to crush up and make my ginger and garlic paste. You could do this in a food processor if you wanted to. Right, got half decent ginger chili paste. Right, that's up to a boil. I'm going to wang in them. Give it a little pinch of salt. Just for the while they're cooking. Normally, root veg, you always want to start in cold water and bring it up to the boil, just because it cooks more evenly. In this sort of situation, they're cut so small, they're not going to be cooking for very long. It doesn't really make too much of a difference. Now, on to our spices. So, again, I have no idea how traditional any of this is, but this is how I like it. 4 whole cloves, cardamom pods, 3 of them. But what you want to do, bang them open and get the seeds out from inside the pods. Half teaspoon of fennel seeds and a teaspoon cumin seeds and mustard seeds. I would normally use black mustard seeds, but I couldn't find any. 9 and 10 black peppercorns. I would also be putting in 2 teaspoons of coriander seeds, but let me just double check. I'm fairly certain I'm fresh out. So whole seeds, spices can go in a pan to toast. We also want that much sort of size of cinnamon. So I'm only toasting off the whole spices. I'm not going to bother toasting the stuff that's ground. Right, keep that on a lowish heat. Be careful because they will burn quite easily. Keep them moving as well, jiggle them about a bit. As soon as you hear the cumin seeds and mustard seeds start to make like little pops and they'll start to jump around, that's when they're done. Take them out to your spice grinding implement of choice and whiz the bejesus out of it. Have a little look at it. That's probably still going to be quite hot, so don't stick your finger in there. Have a little spoon around to make sure you haven't got any massive chunks of cinnamon left over. If you have, give it another whiz. It's not the end of the world if you don't, but if there are any bigger bits left over, you can always fish them out. If you can't be bothered to keep whizzing it until you end up in as fine a powder as possible. Check on les spouts. Right, they've been boiling away for a little bit now, so kill the heat on that and drain. So, bit of olive oil. This is veggie. I am using Greek yogurt in it, so it's not vegan. Swap the Greek yogurt out for whatever substitute you like that would replace Greek yogurt. Then it becomes vegan. If you're not worried about it being vegan, use ghee, use butter. You're gonna go in with your aromatics. Now, at no point really do we want to be frying the crap out of any of this either, because this isn't that sort of dish. It's more of a stewy sort of dish. We're also going to go in there with a heavy, decent pinch of sugar. Salt. Decent pinch of salt. You want to keep it on a medium heat, because even though we're not frying it, there's still a lot of moisture in there you want to cook out and get that all reduced down, make it kind of jammy. Right, now once that's all cooked down and you're starting to get like a bit of a jammy paste sort of consistency, we're going to go in with our spice mixture. Ground coriander. Now I'm adding half a teaspoon of ground coriander to this. If I was using a whole, I probably would have added about 2 teaspoons of whole coriander seeds that I ground up. I want about a teaspoon of ground turmeric, mostly for colour. A teaspoon of garam masala. Half a teaspoon of ground mace. And a grating, probably I'm going to say half a teaspoon of grated nutmeg. Now it's always better if you do it yourself, but if you bought it pre-ground, you bought it pre-ground. At the end of the day. And last but not least, if I can get it open, teaspoon of smoked paprika. And get all those spices in and amongst it. And you should have something that smells absolutely bloody banging. Cook spices off for a minute or two. We're going to go in with 2 tablespoons. I've got, like I said, Greek yogurt. You want like an acidic sort of yogurt. You know, one that's a bit sour. If you're vegan or non-dairy, I don't know what to use. I'm sure there's something out there and you'd know better than me. Right, a minute later, and we're going to add in a tin of coconut milk. Get all the sides scraped down, get everything into the party. Now, we're going to go in with our, don't want to say fresh, it was all fresh, but above ground veg. And we're going to reintroduce our root veg. See what I mean? That's now just a veg-tastic veg bomb. Get everything in and amongst it. And now we are going to add. So we're going to add, this is 500ml of stock. Cleared that up. I'm going to have to go change my shirt in a minute because it looks like a baby's thrown up on me. But what I was in the process of trying to do was get 200 or so mil, maybe 200 to 300 mil of stock in the pot. It's going to look kind of runny at this point. It's going to cook and it's going to thicken down. Thicken up even. Keep it on a medium simmer. You want it to just burble away a little bit. Give it 20 minutes to half an hour and you should be done. What you don't want to do is cook the absolute crap out of it. And I like normally say, the longer you cook it, the better it's going to be. This, the longer you cook it, it's still going to taste good, but you're going to lose the chunks of vegetable. They're just going to turn to mush. You're going to make a korma soup, which isn't a bad idea. And you cook, if you wanted to cook this and blitz this up and then add it to other things and use it as a base, it's not a bad way of using up a load of extras and leftovers and veg and stuff. But I want an actual veggie korma. So I'm just going to let this burble away for about 20 minutes, half an hour, till the cauliflower and everything is cooked through and ready to go. So I'll see you in about 20 minutes, half an hour. Right, been about half hour. Time to have a taste. Probably going to need a bit of salt in there. Maybe not, we'll find out. Well, taste it, find out. If it needs salt, add some salt. I've just done that to mine. You can serve this however you want. I am having it with some rice, nice fluffy basmati rice. You can make yourself some pilau rice if you want. Goes really well with a naan or a roti or other breads, anything like that. But when all's said and done, I'd happily just eat it on its own, if I'm honest. Or on a jacket potato. Although if you're definitely having it on a jacket potato, you might want to leave out the potato. But you know, you can have double carbs, nothing wrong with that. If you want it a bit thicker, cook it a bit longer. Although it will thicken as it cools. So bear that in mind. Now I like to top mine with a little bit of fried paneer. You can always grill it if you want. Just adds another dimension to everything. And sprinkle of fresh coriander just to wake it all up a bit. And some flaked almonds. Bang on top there. Bosh, tell me that doesn't look amazing. And it does smell amazing. You have to trust me on that. But there you go. Loads of veg in your mouth. Tasty. Keep in the fridge for a couple of days. You can freeze it. It comes out alright. Have it on rice. Have it with bread. Have it with a naan. Have it with a roti. Have it in a jack potato. Have it however you want. It's veggie. And if you swap out the yoghurt, it's vegan. You can add meat in there if you want. I ain't going to judge you. Some people might, but I won't. But there you go. Probably not all that traditional, but it's absolutely blinding any which way. Bit like this is another shorter video. Gonna get it out there. Same old, like, comment, subscribe. Alright, party people, I will see yous when I see yous. Adios.